Hey, coffee lovers, it's Kirti, and I'm back with a review of Coffee with Karan, Season 7, Episode 2, starring Sara Ali Khan and Janhvi Kapoor, the two new it girls of the Hindi film industry, and also budding friends. Who would have thought? You guys, get your garma garma cup of coffee. And look, Mickey plays a role in this episode. How? Why? Disney? Does that ring a bell? If it doesn't, stay tuned. We will talk about it. Hey girl,
Hey girl,
you have your cup of
ready with the
coffee?
yeah, darling, ready with my glorious and glam slam one.
Oh my gosh, it's matching your earrings.
Yeah, and there's a mirror too, so I can do my touch up.
Are you serious? Odie, let's start off with the fashion. I know you're interested in what they wore. I'm definitely interested in what they wore. Let's talk about Karan Johar. So he had this full black suit going on with gold applique from his arms to his neck to his shoulders to his torso. It was like a bird, birds and feathers. Did I like it? I didn't really like it. I thought it was way too much gold applique going on. You know those pillows where if you swipe down on it, there's one image, but if you go up, there's another image? The whole
Yeah,
episode, all I wanted to do was run my finger through it to see if the applique changed in any way. Like, I know he likes black. I know he likes glitter and gold. I know this is him. But for me, I was just like, oh my God, get this applique away. Let me touch it. Let me feel it. Oh my God, it was driving me insane.
Kirti, I totally agree with you. It was so much drama. There was the black and golden falcon. But what I like about Karan Johar, he has that confidence to pull it off. He
Yeah.
was so confident and he was comfortable in it. That's what I love about him. क्योंकि
Yeah.
उसको फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता कि मैंने क्या पहना है. He's too comfortable, and then after a point, you just stop losing it. कि जी, चलो, it is, he's happy and we are happy about it.
Yeah, 100%. If you wear something and you're comfortable, it shows, and that makes you look, confident, and it makes you look good. If you wear something and you don't feel confident in it, then it's not going to look good no matter how amazing the outfit is. Speaking of confidence, I think those designer glasses he always comes in and he talks about all the time, okay, these are just for show. These oversized, square-shaped glasses, and I think he looks good with them. Now when he doesn't have those glasses, it feels like something is missing from his whole persona. Speaking of persona, two really lively and fun personalities were on the show, right? Janhvi and Sara. I think they were both dressed for different occasions. On one hand, you had Janhvi. She was looking like a bombshell, voluptuous. Her body was looking amazing. That dress fit her like a glove. It hugged her in all the right places. She looked like she was ready for the red carpet. Whereas you had Janhvi looking like extra sexy, you had Sara Ali Khan. She was looking like she was going on a yacht. She looked so nautical to me, like she's going on vacation somewhere, relaxing and chilling. She didn't look like she was dressed to the nines. I'm not saying her dress was bad. I just don't think it fit the occasion. She was looking super casual. I have no problem with the color scheme, black and white. Like, hello, I'm wearing black and white myself. I love it. But the only thing that excited me were the shoes, like the stilettos.
Shoes.
The bows were amazing. I need those ASAP.
Kirti, I love Janvi actually. She was looking voluptuous, she was
Yes.
curvaceous. There was so much wow of room about her. And suddenly, this sex symbol, Karan Johar put it so right. She was looking like a sex symbol. मेरा ख्याल से इतनी खूबसूरत body, right now किसी की नहीं. And she's pulling that dress off so beautifully. Her
Beautiful.
hair was gorgeous. Whereas Sarah, on the contrary, she looked very cute. And yes, those stilettos to die for. It's a must-have. Stilettos,
I
and
need
that
those
to
in
the
my
bow.
closet.
I think Janvi aced it. She looked like an Apsara from heaven.
Yes, she was looking like a goddess. I feel like Sara Ali Khan was looking like a cute little kid next to her. Like she was looking like a
Yeah,
grown woman. But yes, but Sara Ali Khan is pretty. She's cute. So she wasn't looking bad. It's just that Janhvi took all the thunder. She was looking amazing. So I really loved how Karan Johar started this thing out. He was talking about the nature of friendships in the industry. जहाँ शूटिंग होती है, जहाँ एक साथ काम करते हैं, तभी relationships बनते हैं, तभी friendship होती है. Then they leave that project and go to a second project, and then the friendship is gone. Maybe competition, maybe all of the work and the hassles of everyday life that these stars go through get in the way, but they're fickle. आज दोस्त हो कल नहीं हो कुछ पता नहीं चलता. When I was listening to the way he was talking, this is not just the industry. in real life is like that too. अपने काम के लिए friendship बनाओ, फिर जब आपके काम नहीं आता कोई निकालो उसको, you know? So I feel like this is what he was kind of hinting at, and I loved it.
It was totally relatable, Katie. I think you and I share the same bond, like Sara and Janhvi are sharing right now. It was out of nowhere. It was
Yeah,
very refreshing because he rightly said कि these both stars are competitors. वो एक साथ
yeah,
launch होती हैं. मतलब daughters of such strong mother actors, be it Amrita Singh, be it Sridevi ji. The way they are
yes.
talking to each other, it was so visible. It is more than a friendship. This sisterhood was so strong and so cute and so relatable. And Karan
Yeah.
was so right.
OD, the sisterhood, the relatableness you were talking about, the chemistry you're talking about, that's you and me. We are like this
Exactly.
every day. We are
For
Sara
a
Ali
moment.
Khan and Janhvi Kapoor.
Yeah. And the best part is that Karan was so right कि either, we see in this industry, चाहे वो outdoors हो, चाहे वो tours हो, चाहे वो एक project हो,
Yep.
आपकी friendship उस पे होती है, be it a marketing stint even,
Mhm.
marketing PR के लिए भी लोग करते हैं.
Mhm.
लेकिन these two actors, जब उन्होंने इकट्ठे काम नहीं किया, वो इकट्ठे किसी शो पे नहीं हुई है, लेकिन मे बी बिकॉज दे हैव म्यूचुअल्स, तो
Yes.
उसकी वजह से दे शेयर दिस हिस्ट्री. और जैसे जैसे एपिसोड बढ़ता है, हम वो देखते हैं साथ साथ कि वो
हाँ.
कैसे एक दूसरे से बॉन्ड किया उन्होंने.
Yeah.
एंड आई थिंक दे वर वेरी जेन्युइन अबाउट इट.
Yes, this genuine thing is exactly what I was interested in. Kyunki, Instagram, social media, people only see what they want you to see. तो
एग्जैक्टली.
उन्होंने दिखाना था कि हम क्लोज हैं या फ्रेंड्स हैं, हम यहाँ घूमते हैं एक साथ में, हमारे फ्रेंड्स सर्कल सेम है. So we see all that. But that's just surface layer. What happens underneath? And I feel like we got a lot of that. It seemed genuine to me because they are competitors if you look at it. They got launched in the same year. They're from film families. They got successful launches. They had everything going for them. They're almost the same age as well. So this competition, this jealousy, this insecurity should be there if you think about it, है ना?
या
Because Janhvi's direct competition is Sara and vice versa.
सारा.
I feel like back in the day, there was a lot of catfighting or I can't talk to you, this is happening, that is happening. And now these days, I feel like the younger lot of people, they don't have this competitive like fire in terms of I have to see you fail. I need to succeed. I can't be happy for you. For these two girls, it's exact opposite. They're genuinely happy for each other and comfortable with each other.
Karan Johar is so good this time कि वो pandemic को discuss कर रहे हैं कि
Yes,
industry के ऊपर क्या effect
exactly.
आए हैं. Even this time when he asked, दोनों की stories are equally relatable. One was bonding to the family, and whereas the other one was worried about her growth as an
Yeah.
actor. कि मैं कब काम करूंगी, 1 साल हो गया, 2 साल हो गया. And the way they expressed it, I thought everybody who has gone through this pandemic suffered the
Mhm.
same
Yes.
insecurities.
So yeah, I completely love this section on the lockdown as well. दोनों ने जो बातें की, I found it really relatable as well. क्योंकि they both recognized कि जो उनको problems हो रही थी ना, it might not be relatable to everyone, and they recognized the privilege they have. They didn't have to worry about the next job. They didn't have to worry about the next payment they have to make. They didn't have to worry about खाना कहाँ से आना है. So they recognize all that, and I don't hold that against them. That's
Yeah.
their journey, that's their life, and that's acceptable to me. I don't think I should hate them because they didn't find a tough time. Lekin, I love this growth that Janhvi Kapoor is showing. Like, girl, she has really grown in these years. I'm not talking about her biological age. I'm talking about mentally and emotionally. She said that during this lockdown, it gave her an opportunity to find out what life is really like without her mom, Sri Devi. She said after her passing, her sister, her dad, and herself, they worried about filling their time, keeping themselves busy. They didn't really deal with the emotional impact of going from a 4-person household to a 3-person household. This pandemic brought her closer to her dad, even closer to her sister. They became best friends. The pandemic also brought her closer to Arjun and Anshula. कि अगर वो ना होते तो शायद मैं ना होती. They have been my backbone. They are my strength. मेरी mom को कोई replace नहीं कर सकता. वो loss हमेशा रहेगा, and I feel that to my gut. लेकिन मेरी जिंदगी ऐसी चेंज हुई है और अच्छी तरह से चेंज हुई है you know, usko family mili hai, like Arjun and Anshula mile hain, and she also said that she enjoys the person she is now. So I felt like that was really mature of her to talk about. I love that, क्योंकि इस pandemic में हमें भी बहुत मौका मिला है, time मिला है अपनी family के साथ, so that bond grows. And then on the flip side, Sara talked about feeling insecure about the lack of work she is doing. ये नहीं कि उसकी release नहीं हुई, ये नहीं कि किसी और की project आई है, वो कहते मैं खुद पे focus कर रही हूँ कि in these 2-3 years we should have been doing project after project after project, क्योंकि इनका profession ऐसा है where you have to practice, you get better and better with each movie, hopefully,
Hopefully.
hopefully, but they haven't had that opportunity. So I understand कि इनको ये घबराहट जो है ना काम को लेके, I totally get that.
So, Kirti, that's so true. And it was so heart touching. She discussed her mother's loss, and mother loss is always irreparable. And that too, in our real lives, we tend to move on in our lives. We get busy in our jobs.
Yep.
So, we do not get close to the ones who also suffered the loss, our family members.
Yep.
And she was so right. She bonded so well with her dad and with her sister. So, this period, she took it as a blessing in sort of this disguise of this pandemic. On the contrary, Sarah was totally right. She was worried कि on the job training है उसकी ये, कि उसको job पे जाएगी तो उसको पता चलेगा कि मेरी growth क्या है. So she was also very right कि I'm not worried about my age के 25 पे जाके, 26 पे जाके, 30 पे जाके मेरा peak आएगा, 40 पे peak आएगा, like Karan was telling them. But she was so right कि my concern was कि मुझे कैसे अपनी growth लेके आनी है, ये अपनी vulnerability निकालना. Coffee with Karan के ऊपर, it was so refreshing and so lovely.
Yes.
Yeah.
This happened in the first episode, and same with this episode. I love how it's, you know, they do talk about the flossy and the glitter, you know, all of that, but they talk about some really nice subject as well. I'm glad that Sara cleared this up, because when she started talking about this topic, I also was like, hello, this is 2022. There's no shelf life. You can work as long as you want, as hard as you want. And I like कि Karan Johar was like, I don't want you guys to be in a position where you guys are anxious about your career. You should be happy, grow, do whatever you want. Deepika ko dekho at 36, she's ruling the roost. So I'm glad she declared that, no, I'm worried about myself, my personal growth, not, you know, about outside perception. I love how Karan addressed his time during the lockdown. He has 2 little kids, parental guidance or grandparents, uncle, aunt, whoever is the caretaker of the children. It's so important that they get this time with them because the early years are so important to development and that bond. And you can tell that Karan waited so long to have kids, and now that he has these kids, he's like in love with them and he loves to show them off. I also love how he said that I do not approve of my daughter's fashion.
Yeah. And Sarah was so hilarious. She resonated with that kid. She is like, ये तो मैं हूँ, you know?
Yes.
And Sarah's statement is like that. Sarah का जो अपना fashion statement हमने early time में देखा है. She's like this kid.
We got a really good glimpse of their friendship when they talked about this trip, this vacation to Kedarnath. I thought it was hilarious. एक स्टोरी सुना रही थी तो दूसरी आर्ग्यू कर रही थी, वो स्टोरी सुना रही थी तो वो आर्ग्यू कर रही थी. Karan is like, अब दोनों ने लड़ते ही रहना है कि स्टोरी बताओगे. First they're arguing कि उस लड़के का नाम क्या था, वो सेटल किया तो लड़का करता क्या था. संकेत नहीं, साकेत था. अच्छा, वो कुक था. नहीं, वो कुक नहीं था, वो गाइड था. नहीं, Sarah, cook था. He made rajma chawal. कहती हाँ, लेकिन वो उसने खुद भी खाए थे. So that was so funny.
So funny.
And I love कि वो कहती कि Sarah, talk about this hotel you made us stay at. तो Sarah कहती,
that was so.
उसने कहा कि मैंने 6,000 जो रुपए है वो बचाए. And you wouldn't think कि someone of her like financial stature would save, but I think that's great as well. तो वो कहती हमने वहां रहना थोड़ी था. We were trekking, we were hiking, हमने दर्शन किए, पूजा अटेंड की, तो हमने कमरे में नहीं होना था. So why would we spend so much money on it? जानवी कहती वो सब तो ठीक है, ना हीटर था, वो bathroom कैसा था, टूटा हुआ bathroom था. She goes, for 24 hours I never used the bathroom. That was so relatable to me क्योंकि मुझे बहुत पंगे होते हैं when I go and travel abroad sometimes कि bathroom नहीं ढंग का मिलता, तो I'm like मैंने करना ही नहीं है. Like, you know, बैठे रहो and जब कोई अच्छा सा, you know, सुंदर सा bathroom दिखे तब थोड़ा करना. So I agree, maybe it's first world problems, तो मैं क्या करूं, ये मेरे में है. I have like a little bit of a anxiety. वो कहती जानवी कि I was scared to even sit on the toilet. What if it broke? So I would have loved. So wait. So Sarah कहती, you don't have to sleep.
Squatting.
Oh my.
I think I'm a mixture of Janvi and Sara in this matter because I want my comfort, I want my luxury
Yeah.
when I,
100%.
travel and I have to book some hotel. लेकिन मुझे cost saving करनी है like Sara did. मुझे वो भी देखना होता है. So I have to make sure कि मेरा budget भी out ना हो. So that is the best part कि दोनों ने दिखाया कि दोनों के
Yes.
shades क्या है. The best thing is Janvi was not diva about it. She
No.
was like at least मुझे मारो तो मत. She's like, I used every clothing. I
Yes.
used every piece
Every
of
clothing.
cloth so to cover myself up, and I was blue. When she came to check on me, I was totally blue. And that lock thing that discussed, and even that's me. When I have to sleep and my friend is going out, I'm like, to please baहर से जाके lock कर because I'm not going to get up and open the that kundi for you.
I also really found that funny कि वो बाहर से वो कुंडी लगा के चलेगी, इतने घंटे बाहर रही और बेचारी जानवी की कुल्फी जम गई. That's so funny. Sara goes, मैंने तो तुम्हारा comfort खराब किया. तूने तो almost हमारी जान ले ली. वो भैरवनाथ का जो
Yes.
climb करना था. There was a plane trail they could go on. तो जानवी कहती, no, forget that. Let's climb. That would be fun. तो वो भी लग गए climb करने. And she goes, the incline was so much कि I'm really glad we didn't die. क्योंकि we got stuck. We lost all our belongings. A well-wisher came. लेकिन वो सिर्फ selfie चाहता था. Selfie लेके वो भी भाग गया. I would love to have seen their vlogs on this. Vlogging करते हमारा भी entertainment हो जाता थोड़ा.
हमारा भी एंटरटेनमेंट होता. एंड कीर्ति दिस स्पीक्स वॉल्यूम्स ऑफ जानवी आल्सो कि वो एडवेंचरस है. हालांकि देखने में सारा एडवेंचरस लगती है. एंड शी वाज लाइक मैंने केदारनाथ की है तो मैं भी चढ़ूंगी. एंड आई वाज लाइक डैम, शी इज टोटली राइट कि जी हमने भैरव की चढ़ाई चढ़नी है. एंड देन हर बॉडीगार्ड और हर बॉय he showed up के girls what are you doing. That was so hilarious. And like Janvi said कि एक अपना गाना गा रही है, दूसरा अपना गाना गा रही है और दोनों चढ़ी हुई लटक रही है गड्ढे से.
Jodi, once again, that's 100% you and me. I can 100%
Yeah.
imagine us getting stuck on a cliff together. That's going to happen one of
Yeah.
these days. लेकिन हम vlog करेंगे. I love how they discuss the difference in their upbringing. They were talking about helicopter protective parents versus parents that let you be independent. Obviously, जो Janhvi Kapoor की upbringing थी, that was very protected. वो कहती कि I was born and brought up like a princess. Everything was taken care of. My mom called me so many times a day. My dad calls me so many times a day. मैं कहाँ जाती हूँ, क्या खाती हूँ, क्या पहनती हूँ. Everything is taken care of. On the flip side, ये सारा कहती कि मेरे साथ ऐसा नहीं था. कि मैं कुछ भी कर सकती हूँ, जहाँ भी जाना, जो भी करना है, I can do. But if I ever need, like my dad, he's a call away. He's always there for me. My mom, she's very protective, but she gives me space. So I don't think one is a right way, the other is a wrong way. I think both are right in their own way, but balance. Balance hona chahiye. It doesn't matter ki you talk to your parents 20 times a day or once a day. Parents are going to love you and protect you and stand by you no matter what.
The best part is people do not notice who always criticize them कि जी ये nepo हैं, nepo kids and all that. Broken bond देखा है. एक तरफ Saif and Amrita Singh का हमें broken bond नजर आता है जहाँ पे a kid has to go through it. She Devi was a second wife. And she was a stepmom to Arjun Kapoor. तो वो भी उन्होंने scenario देखा होगा. And this is what the dynamics are so interesting and yet somehow similar and relatable to each other. That is why they bonded so well.
Yeah, exactly. I think they see that, but it's really telling because Sara Ali Khan had to grow up faster because her mom was the first wife or the first marriage, And on Janhvi's case, her mom was the second marriage, the second wife. Also, the dynamic is different. And I'm really glad they touched on that because it shows your experiences does impact how you grow up, how you see the world. So once again, Karan Johar show this season is not just, like fashion and fluff. There's
Candy floss, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really liking this. नहीं तो हवा में होता था ये show, पर आजकल थोड़ा सा grounded है. Success and failure. Sara कहती कि जब मैंने ये Simba and Kedarnath की थी, they released in the same month, and people threw so much love and praise and adulation at me that maybe I didn't deserve it all. लेकिन मुझे ये पता था कि it's not always gonna last. तो जब Love आजकल fail हुई, she said it was like a jolt, a झटका. I was supposed to be here, अब यहाँ तक आ गई. But she also said ups and downs होने हैं. These people have seen the industry, they have lived in the industry, so they know कि, it's a roller coaster. the good and the bad will always happen.
And my favorite line was she said, "Okay, then 14 February happened, a Valentine slap on my face, love aajkal happened." And I was like, damn.
हाँ, वो कहती कि my dad likes my movies as long as they're not remakes.
एंड यू नो ये सक्सेस डिस्कस करना, ये फेलियर डिस्कस करना, यही दिखाता है और हमें सिखाता है और इनको भी सिखाता है कि
Yeah.
आप बेशक स्टार किड हो या जो मर्जी हो, इट्स सो फिकल, यू नो,
Yes.
योर फ्राइडे डिसाइड्स योर destiny. Even he said to Janhvi Kapoor, he didn't do well, which was a theatrical release. She said, "हाँ, मुझे नदियों पार करने का मौका मिल गया." And I was like,
Exactly.
she,
Exactly.
yeah,
Life gives you
yeah,
lemons, make some lemonade. You know, वो saying
yeah.
हमेशा रही है. So one of the funny aspects of the show was talking about Janhvi's changed avatar. Like maybe a year and a half back, maybe. Every day she would wear, suits and kurtis. Like, she was looking simple, घरेलू. And एक second में ऐसा shift आया. And now she's va boom, curves and dresses and hot pants. Everything is happening. So he was like, "What happened?" And she's like, "It's just a giant fu to everyone. I like how I look. I like my body. I want to wear what I want to wear. I love glitter. I love over the top stuff. So I'm gonna wear it because it makes me happy. Do what makes you happy." Wear what makes you happy. Who cares what other people think? I love people who are so confident in themselves that they're not worried about the critique they get from other people.
Like Ranveer said last time, just because me and Karan are light-footed, so people think we are frivolous.
Mm-hmm.
And same way, both these girls, like Janhvi said it so rightly, I was in that zone. She is now in this lady. She looks like this statuesque, जैसे कोई trophy होती है. Her every curve is to die for.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah. I think that just the fact that, these girls are coming and speaking about confidence, speaking about wearing their truth, and being who they are is so important because so many girls grow up with so much self-doubt and self-confidence issues. So I feel like these are good role models to follow in terms of self-love. So Odi, ye baat Karan ke dil ko bhi chui hai because he talked about ki people are always talking about the way he dresses, his clothes, है ना? And he said that there was like this fashion designer who talked about the way he dresses. कि इसको midlife crisis है क्या? Like ये 50 का होके 20 साल के बंदे के जैसे क्यों ड्रेस कर रहा है? And he's like, मेरी मर्जी, मुझे पसंद है मैं करूंगा, तुझे नहीं पसंद तो ना देख. You shouldn't run your life according to what other people expect you to do. That is the number one life lesson from Karan Johar this week. One part that was really kind of weird in how Janhvi and Sara's life intersected was talking about their love life a little bit. So they both dated, I guess, siblings, brothers. And I obviously have no idea who these brothers are. Do you know who these brothers are?
They're talking about Pahariyas, Veer and Shikhar Pahariyas.
Huh. And they also talked about Karthik. So Karthik and Sara obviously dated. है ना, उनकी movie थी, they were dating at that time, and she maybe manifested it. जैसे करण जौहर ने कहा ना, इस show पे जो आता है, couch पे जो कहते हैं, वो manifest हो जाता है. आलिया को रणबीर मिल गया, विक्की को कटरीना मिल गई, and इसको कार्तिक मिल गया था because she said, Karthik is cute, I would date him, है ना? But he went out with Janhvi too?
No. He wasn't with Janhvi, but he must have been with, other co-stars related to him. Maybe, probably.
Ananya.
But best part was, she was like, manifestation की बात है, संजय लीला बंसाली, काम, नाम, Karan Johar. And I was like, ये मैं हूँ, मुझे भी ना, काम.
Now we talk about another segment, bingo. So I love this segment क्योंकि, iPads में different categories हैं, and all they have to do is circle of what they've done. So I really like how forthcoming both Sara and Janhvi were. एक तो Janhvi ने accidentally अपना fake account बता दिया सबको.
I love that moment.
भोली सी सूरत. 100% भोली सी सूरत matches her क्योंकि उसने कहा था कि एक teacher था who had a crush on her and she would flirt to, get out of trouble. So she admitted that. वो कहती कि वो उसको Disney बुलाता था, Disney eyes. So I don't understand why Karan Johar didn't understand the reference because all Disney princesses, Disney characters have humongous eyes and she does. She has very pretty eyes. तो मुझे तो वो Bambi दिख रही थी. Like, I don't know if you know Bambi. Bambi.
I know Bambi.
Yeah, so Bambi has those big eyes. I was like, oh my God, she is Disney. Speaking of Disney, let me take a sip of, Let's do some promotion for Disney here too. And I love कि वो कहती मैं shoplifter भी थी मैं Disney store में गई और वहाँ Rapunzel lollipop ले लिया and I went to my parents. I was like, oh, look what I have. They were like, oh my God, what are you doing? So I really love that. I think that's hilarious.
जानवी का जो एक एक बिंगो निकला है ना, beat that, भोली सूरत, I was like, that Finsta, I want that. I want to stalk everybody. And I want to use such a name. It was so hilarious, yet relatable again.
Yes.
And what I love about it, they were not coy about it or they were not, cautious about it. It was
Yes.
fun chat going on and they were so funny. Even Sara wala, वो जो उसने कहा कि जी वो जो ट्रक में जाया करती थी टैप से बचने के उसके
Yes.
I was
love
like,
that.
what the hell is going on?
Speaking of relatability, have you ever made a fake profile to stalk people?
Yes, I did. Many times.
You have. I have never done that.
There are reasons because,
There are reasons. We'll talk about those reasons off camera. Okay, another question for you. Have you flirted your way out of trouble?
every time I do it.
Me too.
Actually, every
High
time.
five.
Every time.
High five.
High five.
I was driving back home. I was working on my pre-doc internship, so I was coming home from that. I knew this when this cop came behind me. I knew कि उसने मुझे pull over करना है. Okay, I just knew it. You know, feeling आ जाती है. So I'm driving, I'm looking. I was like, okay, अभी तक नहीं किया, लेकिन करेगा. All of a sudden, उसने मुझे pull over किया side पे, है ना? So I thought maybe I was speeding. I was speeding a little bit, है ना?
Yeah, I know.
God, अब मुझे ticket मिलनी है, अब क्या करूँ? ये हो गया, वो हो गया, है ना? तो वो आया, तो मुझे देखता है. He goes, do you know why I pulled you over? I said, no, I wasn't speeding. He goes, no, but your inspection is expired. क्योंकि यहाँ expiry होती है ना, inspection, you have to keep doing it, right? So I was like, that's not my fault. He goes, whose fault is that? I was like, my husband. He's the one who does this. I don't know what to do. Like, please, I'm like not feeling good. I was going home. I'm tired. And he goes, okay, I'll give you a warning. Just go and get this taken care of. I was like, thank you. Another point that I found really relatable was जब वो क्वेश्चन था ना कि do you know 5 गालीज in Hindi, तो सारा ने सर्कल किया हुआ था, like obviously कहती मुझे तो गालीज like legacy में मिली हैं.
खून में. Yeah.
I was like, yes. Hindi galis nahi, lekin English mein I'm known to say stuff. And the most hilarious part was her admitting about being cheap and all that. वो कहती Simba की success party थी, 100-200 crore पता नहीं क्या था. They were celebrating and I show up with my ensemble that's probably all of it together is worth 20 pounds. And she goes, Karan, you told me, what are you wearing? What is this? So Karan कहता, why are you outing me like that? People already think I'm frivolous.
Kirti, I can only imagine she's showing up in that dress in front of Karan Johar. He must have had a heart attack, His cardiac arrest must have happened for a minute. Oh God, what is she doing? But मुझे ना उसकी ये अदा बड़ी पसंद आई है. Her cost consciousness is what I really love. Although she is Nawab Zadi, Patodi Khandan ki hai. She's a millionaire. She's a heiress to such millions, but she is like very conscious.
So from bingo, we go to everyone's favorite rapid fire round. I thought this was a really good round between both of them. But yes, I agree that Sara Ali Khan was way better than Janhvi. There were some interesting answers that Janhvi gave. First of all, when she was asked who was the sexiest out of Ranveer, and Vicky, she said Ranveer. So I was like, okay, yeah, he is pretty sexy. He's smooth. He's suave. I feel like there's a suaveness.
He's a cool guy, He's the cool guy every girl wants to be with.
He's laid back. He doesn't take himself seriously. He's not uptight. I really like that. So yes.
And he doesn't give you competition when it comes to the looks. Like Ranveer Singh, he can put you to shame. If had I been dating Ranveer, I would be like, what would I wear now? What would I do? He is the limelight stealer.
I love he wears t-shirts, jeans, some sneakers, and like a hat, like a cap. That's the sexiest. So then she says that she has also stalked celebrities, on social media. She has stalked Rashmika. And then Sara chimes in and she goes, what about the cheese? As in Vijay. And she was like, no. You stalk Vijay. And she was like, oh, okay, TK. So that was really funny. And then the funniest, she has broken up with someone over a chicken salad.
I would do that, by the way. For the fact, I would do that. But that Vijay Deverakonda conversation was my favorite part of the entire episode, actually. He has been lusted upon. He has been called Viju, cheesy, cheese. cheese on the platter, Vijay on the platter, everything here. This boy has been discussed. Everything. When Janhvi showed up last time with Arjun Kapoor, when she was asked about this hottest guy, and she's like, Vijay Deverakonda.
Yes.
And from there, Karan got this kitchen. Okay, fine. She must be, liking him and all that. Vijay Deverakonda is the sex piece right now in Coffee with Karan. He's the hot bod, and
Yeah, and she also said that she stalks Rahul Khanna. She finds him really sexy. I mean,
Rahul
Khanna,
Khanna.
he's a whole vibe as well, so I understand. And I love her choice, guys. She said
Yes.
that a male stripper she would think is Aditya Roy Kapoor. I was like, yes.
Best answer. Best answer.
And Sara Kati singing Malang. Oh my
Malang.
God. Oh my God.
Yeah, just imagine Aditya Roy Kapoor showing up at a bachelorette in that avatar, that stripper. वो जो उसका momentary था ना, मतलब first thought, first name.
Going to Sara's rapid fire really quick, I think the funniest part was कि Karan Johar ने उसको पूछा कि what have you regretted the most in a relationship? वो कहती मैंने वो relationship ही regret किया है. Like I was even in that relationship.
Been in the relationship, yeah.
That was so like bitchy. I loved it. Then she was asked, why is your ex your ex? And she goes, my ex is my ex because he's everyone's ex. My God. I don't know who she was talking about, लेकिन मेरे दिमाग में मुझे कार्तिक
आर्यन आ रहा था.
जैसे वो एपिसोड याद है when दीपिका और सोनम रणबीर के पीछे पड़े हुए थे all those years ago. इसमें कार्तिक के पीछे पड़े हुए हैं. And then OD, what did you think of her line? वो कहते हैं, if you couldn't put your name or picture, on a dating profile, what would your sexy line be? Do you remember that line? It was amazing.
I remember that.
Yeah.
सारे का सारा तुम्हारा, सारे का सारी तुम्हारी.
Yes.
And I was like, she is actually, quick as well. Quick. मुझे जानवी की रिएक्शंस का भी बहुत मजा आता है. जानवी की बेस्ट पार्ट मुझे क्या लगती है, वो लेट जाती है, वो अपने बाल सेट करती है. She's just fellow, and that is what I love about her also.
That fellowing is me as well. I love.
You know me also.
मैं रेस्टोरेंट जाती हूँ, मूवीज में जाती हूँ, किसी के घर जाती हूँ, मुझे पैर ऐसे फैला के बैठना होता है because I'm just like, क्या है यार, enjoy करो life अपनी.
Kirti, you remember when I was at a cafe and I called you, ठीक है, and I was totally fellow and later, and she was like, he's totally laying down.
I'm telling you, we are two bodies, one soul.
Yeah.
Okay, then we get to the glam zone. Like always, they have these series of games they play. Wow, Janhvi is a fast thinker. She beat क्या कहते हैं, Sara in most of those rounds.
I didn't expect that. I didn't
expect that either. I thought Sara would be quicker, but she was like spaced out. The funniest was when they had to say the movies of their family members. And the funniest was जब Sharmila Tagore का नाम आया, she couldn't think of anything.
She was very clever. She was like, and there was this movie, and I was like, girl, she's taking time and she doesn't know it.
Yeah, out of their whole khandan, Sharmila Tagore is the best actress. And itni legendary movies hai, itne legendary gaane the, kuch yaad nahi aaya.
My favorite moment was she couldn't name more than 3 movies of her mother, and then she was like, my mother did 350 movies for this damn moment. What I've done. ये देख ली मैंने, उसने 350 फिल्में की है. But it was very lovely round. I was actually happy कि Arjun Kapoor ने call नहीं उठाया because I'm actually done with he's making entries every time. Hello Karan, this is Arjun. I am doing this and that. But Shania Kapoor को जब उसने contact किया and she was like, hi Karan, I'm growing my hair. I was like, wow.
No, the best was Amrita Singh को भी तो call किया था Sara ने. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm sitting in like in front of my vanity or dresser or whatever. I was like, wow. She called her, and then Dhanush फिर Dhanush को भी call किया. That was really fun. I think it's really cool because you get to see कि अभी भी relationships है, in between when you work with someone. तो ये जो fickle friendships के बारे में बात हो रही थी, you see कि not every person has fickle relationships.
True,
so I love that.
And Janhvi, she called Sara. She's like, मैं इसको call. Sara, अबे जा. मुझे नहीं डाली तेरी call. That was hilarious.
Amazing, amazing. That shows कि कितना fun ये दोनों करते हैं. I feel like they both bring out the fun in each other, and because they both let loose and had fun. I think the show was really fun. I was laughing
Yeah.
throughout. Kedarnath की बातें, Disney trip की बातें, Goa trip की बातें. They said, Odie, one more relatability factor. They said कि they spent 2 nights in a row talking from the evening to morning. मुझे तेरी याद आ गई.
Exactly.
We have talked on the phone for hours and hours and hours.
9 hours is our record also. But Kirti, towards the end of that glam slam portion, Karan just gave her a hug and Janhvi was in this, shock. What has just happened? And Sarah was flaunting herself like, ठीक है. And Karan was like going to hug her and Sarah कहती है कि okay, I hug to you. And she's like, and lovely movies also. And Janhvi was like, हाँ, मूवियाँ दे दो.
नहीं, और सारा ने कहा था कि चलो जीती मैं, लेकिन मूवीज तो तुमको ही मिलती है ना.
तुमको ही मिल रही है.
I love that. So Odie, I feel like जब भी कोई friendship के ऊपर ये show होता है ना, you and me have to be here क्योंकि both relatability factor होता है.
Yeah, totally.
Totally 100% two girlfriends watching two girlfriends. I mean, come on, what more do you want in life?
Karan Johar actually, he said to Sarah, "You are all fart, but no, but no shit." I love that line.
Janhvi was calling her a tease. कि ये ना, she
Yeah.
acts really confident. She says all these things, लेकिन असल में कुछ नहीं है ऐसा.
कुछ नहीं, she doesn't mean it.
Okay, guys, so we're at the end of our episode. Let us know how you liked it. Comment down below and let us know what your favorite portions were of the show and whether you related to Janhvi more or Sarah more, and whose rapid fire did you like more. Also, follow us on Instagram. I am Furry602. Odie is
Oris_Insta 18.
Okay, guys, see you next time, and please keep drinking that coffee.
Na 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 na.
Na 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 na. You and your fake mug, get out of here.